Before we move into integration by parts, it's a good idea to make sure you feel pretty comfortable with integration by substitution, that you've practiced that process a lot and that feels comfortable and is starting to become more familiar to you. Because with integration by parts, we're also going to make some substitutions, and if you're a little shaky with that first integration technique, these two could start to get a little muddled. But we'll move forward with talking about how we identify when integration by parts is the appropriate method, and then build our way up to finding some of these indefinite integrals. So we have several different problems below where we want to find the indefinite integral, or antiderivative. And in each of these cases, what we want to recognize is that we're integrating the product of two functions. So in the first case, we have the product of negative 5x times the product of e to the x dx. In the second problem, we're integrating the first function, 5x minus 5, times the second function, e to the x dx. In the third case, we're integrating the function x cubed times the function natural log of x dx. And in the last case here, we're integrating the function natural log of x dx, which doesn't immediately jump out to us as being the product of two functions. But in order to integrate the natural log function, we're going to have to insert mentally the idea that we have 1 times the natural log of x. So we can multiply anything by 1, it doesn't change anything. We need to think of 1 as the first function in this case, and natural log of x as the second function in this case. Once we can identify each of the two functions that are being multiplied together, the other thing we need to do is pick which one is going to be the first function, or which one is going to be used for our first substitution. And to do that, there's an acronym. Doesn't really sound like anything, but LIATE is the acronym that people use to help remember this. And this is short for log, inverse trig, algebraic, trig, and exponential. In this course, we don't deal with inverse trig functions, we don't deal with trig functions, so those two we can throw out, and we're left with 3 choices. What this is telling us is that once we start this process, our log function, if we have a log function present in the problem, that's going to be the first substitution we want to make. If there's no log function, then we want to look for an algebraic function as our first substitution. An algebraic function would be something like 5x minus 5 minus 5x, something that's not a log or an exponential. And then our very last choice would be an exponential function. So we just need to keep that sort of hierarchy in mind for how we make our first choice to proceed with integration by parts.